Yep.
Exactly.
Well, from one bullshit company to another one, Ubisoft.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a whole bunch of crap that they're getting into, but we will get into full
Oh,
detail.
Ubisoft is like, we're watching. It's the beginning of the end, folks. You're getting it live reported on Hot Takes. It's the beginning of the end for Ubisoft. Just saying.
Yeah, it is. Like they are. Yeah, we got we're gonna have a whole bunch of stuff for y'all on episode 15 when we're talking about
Oh
Ubisoft.
yeah.
So I just got just one thing here that I want to talk to them about. Ubisoft CEO blames gamers after poor sales of the Star Wars Outlaw game. Let me let that sink in for y'all. Have you ever
How
had?
dare you not like our product?
They are blaming us because that woke ass bullshit game sold poorly, and they're blaming us for it. It doesn't have anything to do
Oh,
with what we're doing. It's just, oh my god, man. Now it's bad enough that the stocks fell 17% because they delayed the new Assassin's Creed Shadow game that until next year. So it's going to be coming out next year, 2025.
yeah, they're delaying that. Yeah.
And it's just, I mean, a lot of people are pissed off about that. But it's saying that Ubisoft recently commented that the sales of the recent Star Wars game were below expectations, and they're basically saying
Oh, fucking shit.
this is their words. This is their words. In today's challenging market with gamers expecting extraordinary experiences, delivering solid quality is no longer enough. So what he basically said was that we're spoiled brats who are never satisfied with anything.
Okay, but like, look at your audience. Like, are you kidding me? Like, oh my god, they don't read the room. I actually was reading something. Apparently, like, this woke shit is man, I should have sent you that. I just couldn't find the article anymore, Ken. But apparently, this woke shit was actually like causing arguments within Ubisoft, which is probably why it was crazy. But like, man, like, yeah, like Victim Henry in chat says, it totally wasn't the hot trash game. Like that was my initial thought. I'm like, really? Like, you can't like, oh, I made a shitty product that in no way was aligned with what my audience is and what they want and who they are. uh and then I just give them to it, and they're like, oh well, I don't want this because once again, it doesn't align with who I am. It's not what I want, like, it's not the right audience. And they're like, you're wrong. Like, no, you're the one who's trying to give something new to an established audience.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
if they would stop focusing on these damn agendas and trying to please everybody and virtue signaling and white knighting to everybody and just make a damn game, the audacity to blame us because of your failures. Fuck you,
yeah,
Ubisoft. Like, seriously, man.
yeah, I know.
You guys,
Yeah, I
you
know,
guys,
exactly.
you guys can. I mean, you guys can kick rocks for all I give a damn, man. The audacity to blame us. It reminds me of Capcom when they were doing the Mega Man Legends 3 game, and they had a website where fans could go in and they could input their ideas and tell Capcom what they wanted, and then they canceled the game anyways. And they said, well, it was because the fans didn't do enough input. The fans. And I'm like, how you gonna blame us? Like, there were people buying the 3DS specifically to play that game.
Yeah.
It's like it sounds like an old relationship. It's not me, it's you.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like,
Yeah.
yo, man, it's
Yeah.
like, go to hell, Ubisoft, man. Like, it's not like y'all been making any good games as of late, anyways, man.
They've just been milking the same shit for so long. And yeah, like, but like, I don't know, that just pisses me off, right? Like, it really, really annoys me, like, when I am like when like who I am, like my identity is being used for like moral points and shoved into everything, like yeah, I fucking hate that. Right? There's so I could sit here and it would take me probably like at least an hour to list off every female character that I can talk about that just she fits right in. She's within her realms, like great, well written character. Like you never actually sit and think like, oh, nice woman, right? Like you actually have the character, right? And so it's like, oh, it's like cringy to me to see them just toss in a female character and have her main idea and identity be first and foremost woman. So it's not that she's like she's tough or it's not like she's cunning. It's just all these things. It's she's a woman who's tough. She's a tough woman. Woman is always put ahead of that. And I'm like, I just like I blame Gamergate so fucking hard. Yeah, Gamergate so hard because like I don't want that. Like everyone's shoving that and saying women want this, but like I don't know any women who actually want that.
Nobody wants that shit. Nobody wants virtue signaling just for the hell of it, man. Just make a fucking game. Like when they came out with Dino Crisis, where people like, oh my god, Regina's a woman. That's all great. I'm like, no, I'm too busy playing a badass game. And it's just like, that's why these Marvel movies keep failing, because they keep trying to push this damn narrative. It's like, oh, well, this is the first woman to do this, or this is the first bisexual woman to do this, or this and that. And I'm like, who the fuck cares? It's the movie.
You have to put a label in front of it, yes.
I'm like, it's the movie.
Yes.
Is the movie good? Is the game good? That's all I give a shit about. I'm like, I don't care about any of that other stuff, man. I'm like, I don't care. Like who?
Yeah, exactly.
And when you have people in that group that are sick of seeing that crap, what's the point of it? You got women that are like, all right, already, I get it. Wonder Woman is great.
Yeah, but growing up as a kid, like I grew up during the girl power era. So like even in cartoons and stuff, like they're just badass women, right? Like like it was always like that. But yeah, you're right. It's the same thing with like this is the first woman to do this, right? And it's more so it should be like she is, it's like, okay, say it was she's a woman and she is also the first space sniper to kill 1,000 necromorphs, okay? 1,000 concerned, okay? So the way that it's going to be put, it should normally be should be your name, and she is the first person to have 1,000 confirmed space sniping kills. Do you see the difference? Where that's her and she's a woman, but then her credentials, and then, or you say she's a female space sniper and she is one of the first women to not only be a space sniper, but also she's the first person. You know what I mean? Like you can't keep shoving that in front.
And it's like they act like this stuff has never been done before. You got Ellen Ripley from the Alien series. You got Sarah Connor from the Terminator series, and you got Laurie Strode from Halloween. These women are complete badasses.
Yeah.
And it's like I hate movies.
Ellen Ripley.
Yeah, from Aliens. I already mentioned her.
Absolute badass. Like she's one of the first ones I think of.
In the video game world, you got Metroid. You got Samus Aran, who is a badass bounty hunter.
Miss Sullivan just said that too. Yep.
You got Lara Croft, who kicks ass. I mean, you got
look at survival horror.
Yeah, you got Jill.
Survival horror is all women.
You got Jill.
You got Jill. You got Regina. You got Claire. Yeah, you got Claire. You think you got that. Yeah, Regina, Claire, Heather, you've got all the ladies in Fatal Frame. You have what all the ladies in Clock Tower, all the girls in Rule of Rose, like that's what I'm saying. Like, and everyone just played those games.
Yeah.
Like, no, you know what I mean? Like, no one was ever just like, ew, a girl.
They let the story and the game attract the people. But when you're constantly shoving something down people's throats, it's like working at a fast food place, man. For the first couple of months, you get free food. It's all great, but after a while, you're gonna get tired of eating that shit. And I'm just like, yo, oh, this is the first woman to do this. I don't give a good God nothing, man. I don't care. I don't give a flying shit. Oh, this is the first woman vice president. I don't care. Can she do the job? That's my thought. That's my thought process.
Toddler. Yeah, this is the first toddler. Like, that's what I don't know. It's just, yeah. Like, I just hate being used. Like, just having my identity being used for, like, woke points for people who, like, just, like, people who need to just fucking mind their own business and focus on what actually matters, which is, yeah, making a quality product.
Yeah. And it's like this is where they make their money. Any type of group that they can attach themselves to make money, and they're just gonna keep shoving it down your throat. And then when you as a man, me as a man, not you, but me as a man, it's like,
I'm a big man.
We're pushing back and we're like, yo, man, this is getting on our nerves. We get called, misogynist and stuff like that just for saying we're tired of hearing about rah, I'm a empowered female. I don't give a shit. Is the game good?
Right. Is the game good, right? Exactly. Exactly.
And it's just it ends up being something that nobody wants. Like, remember the what was it, the She-Hulk thing? That series sucked. It was garbage.
Yeah.
That last Marvel movie that they came out with was garbage because it was woke the movie. It's like
woke the movie. I honestly just figured they were all woke the movie.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, we're strong females, and all the men in this movie are idiots and incapable of doing anything. And I'm just like, man, I haven't walked out on a movie like that since Watchmen.
You're like speaking about this, and then like it's like if you could see a meter labeled like feminism, you could see it like building up because nothing, like, oh my God, I hate that shit. And that's the other thing that I hate is like this current wave of feminism. And it's the same thing. It's just like actually all of the woke thing. It's like it feels like a lot of times it feels like a civil movement, except now it's going the other way when everything was like progressing to be very balanced, and now it feels like people are now being like I don't know. I just like you got equality. Why are you trying, like in America, right? Like I care so much more about feminism outside of the West because here we have it way easy. But like, just I don't know. I just hate the idea of you know, like have equality. The women before me fought very hard so that, you know, I could choose if I wanted to stay at home or go to work. I could choose, you know, I just had the choice to do whatever I wanted. All right, but I don't like this new trend of now that people are going, okay, well, you oppressed me, and now I am going to begin to attempt to oppress you. But it's like I could get into this for so long. But it just really annoys me because now what's happening is you could have added more women, but now you're pushing out the men. You're pushing the men out, right? And there's no, yeah, exactly, right? Yeah, at the same time, also engaging in the erasure of women in general. That's my biggest problem. Is it's like they push out men, but they're also erasing women because they are trying to dictate which kind of women is are correct for a video game.
Yeah, now
So
that
it gets me crazy.
now they're attacking each other. Like one of these days, we're gonna have to do like a secondary show where we can speak about real life things that's going on in politics and stuff.
Yeah, I know.